What if you know all this and you just cannot believe it's available to you? Yeah, so the person in the dream, so Vera in the dream believes it's not available to her. And that most probably is like a deep feeling in the heart chakra of feeling abandoned and left out. And that will be related to, her past karma, her past history. So maybe in childhood or in last lives, there was a feeling of abandonment that you're left out from the group and it's not available to you. And then this feeling presents itself, and then the story arises, and then it's believed, and then the attention is following that story in time. It's like there's a close-up of the camera on Vera who feels like it's not available to her, and then the emotions that come along with it. And then she'll meet people that validate it, and that's what the focus is. And the desire is to feel like it's available to you, maybe. So Vera feels like she's she's desiring in a way in her story to, the desire is to feel that you belong and that it's available for you. Or the desire is the opposite, because desires go like this. The desire is the opposite, to feel like it's not available to you. Because both of those are matching the story of you. And the most important desire is to keep you going in your story. And then it's like the personal awareness camera zooms into that, and there's no witnessing that happens. There's just a zooming into that story and a belief in that story. And then the story is going along in that manner. Yeah. And the more intense that emotion comes, the less space there is. So the more zooming is in that story is. So what's got to happen is there's got to be an acknowledgement of that desire. There can be an emotional release or an exploration of that. But the most important thing is the acknowledgement and the realization when it's appearing and seeing that it's not true. And then moving the attention back to witnessing. I'm sure you're already doing witnessing. So witnessing it rather than being it. So movement back to that. And you can do body work to try and release it, or emotional work to try and release those old stories. But you also want to do this witnessing of moving away, that's not me, that's not my truth. Who I am is witnessing. In that moment, you're the witness. You're witness. That's not the truth. The truth is your emptiness and fullness. But you're going back to this place of witnessing. I am witnessing. That's my truth. And then what will happen is that energy will begin to dissipate, and the interest in that will begin to dissipate. What you might also need to do when it's happening is realize what is your true desire in that moment. To be that story of somebody that is abandoned, that doesn't fit into the group, or to wake up. So also re-acknowledging what the desire is. My desire here is to wake up, and this will help that movement back to witnessing. If the desire is to get validation and to feel like you're part of the group, then that is the where the camera will follow. That is what will happen. That is the seeking that will transpire. But you're trying to break the seeking. And I say all of this with the big disclaimer that that is not somebody doing something. This is a description of what might happen. And it might seemingly happen because there has been this talk about it. But it's not a prescription, because ultimately you aren't the doer and you can't do. That is a dream too. But that doesn't mean that the activity of doing stops. Well, you feel like a dream character, it feels like your action. And it feels like your dream. Yeah. Yes, that's confusing. and that's an apparent stage. And then through doing this repetitively, and this might be, many years of doing it, but through doing it, then there is a deeper and deeper going in and seeing beyond all form, all feeling, all thought. But there's got to be this breaking of the story following. The Buddhists would say, call it being present. And then as it goes deeper, it's who is present. Who. Yeah. If you've got any comments on that. Oh, Vera says, so beautiful. Thank you, Lisa. Oh, thank you, Vera. It's really you speaking because I'm not outside of your perception. And there's not really somebody there listening to me speak. So it's really, in the ultimate, you're speaking to yourself. Yeah. Dear Lisa, your talks and how you share is like taking the most divine bath in the purest Gangas. Thank you for showing up here. Much appreciation. Oh, thank you. It's really beautiful.